Alright, back with another video talking about the Creator League. Now we're here with Friga and Lolo versus T-Jazz and Carson. So, let's talk about it.
Hello, motherfucker.
I'm gonna keep going with these. Again, if you're enjoying these, leave a comment, like, share, subscribe if you're new. I would appreciate it. But anyway, let's get to the video. Alright, so I'm gonna do a quick little overview before I get into everything that I've seen in the game. So the first game was pretty one-sided. Friga and Lolo were basically hitting everything. There really wasn't much I could really say about the first game, but it ended pretty quickly, 21-7. The second game, Friga and Lolo did utilize a lot more ball screens though, using the ball screens, getting into the basket, kick out, shoot, get easy buckets. However, Carson and T-Jazz did battle back, made it a close game. However, with Friga's shot making ability, it really wasn't much they could do about it, and the game ended 21-14. I know that was a really quick overview, but there really wasn't much I could say explaining the game to you. However, there are some takeaways from the game that I would like to talk about. So let's talk about them. So first off, if you watched my last video, I got my prediction right first off. Secondly, basically everything I said within that prediction video and that, well, prediction slash breakdown video kind of came to fruition in a way. Now, the one thing that took Friga's team over the edge, I believe, was although they were playing well, Lolo was actually hitting shots this time. So in contrast to the last game, Friga basically carried the load in terms of the scoring, but Lolo wasn't hitting shots. Now she came into her own a little bit and started hitting shots. She started calling her own number. She hit a couple of threes. She finished with 10 points. And I think that's what kind of got them over the edge a little bit, was the fact that all of that pressure didn't really have to go on to Friga. Although, even though Friga did have 32 points regardless, but but the scoring load was a little bit less than one-sided, I guess I should say, because Lolo did contribute a lot more. And the thing that I thought was going to be the upside for Friga and Lolo was attacking the basket, and that's exactly what happened. Devontae Friga attacked the basket. He finished with 32 points. He hit 4 threes, but everything else was inside. He took advantage of the size matchup. Friga is bigger, stronger, faster than T-Jazz, and he took advantage. He drove into the cup as much as he could, drew fouls when need to, hit some free throws, but a lot of it was just attacking the basket, getting to the rack. Now, in my last video, I did speak about how Stefania and Julian did utilize the ball screen a lot. I feel like in this game, it was to T-Jazz and Carson's detriment once again. There were some times where they were having some issues with the ball screen. Sometimes T-Jazz wouldn't go over, and if he got caught on it, Carson wasn't able to step up. But to be fair, I feel like people underestimate how explosive Friga really is, so there's not really much Carson could have done if she stepped up. But the problem was, on some drives she didn't. So again, I feel like that was to their detriment once again. What I did like from T-Jazz and Carson was, like I said in the last video, I feel like I'm bragging right now. Let me stop. let me stop. They did exactly what I said they were gonna do in the last game. They went to Carson, kicked it down low, took advantage of the height and length, just like I thought they were going to. It didn't pan out as much as I thought it was going to. Carson did only finish with 8 points. She didn't hit a 3. She was 0 for 3 from downtown. But all of the buckets that she got were posting up Lolo down low, and you know, she's the bigger body compared to Lolo, so there wasn't really much Lolo could do. But I'm glad that they took advantage of that. T-Jazz had a little bit of an off game. He finished with 13 points. He was 50% from 3, hit 2 threes. It was kind of stagnant a little bit. I feel like T-Jazz in this game, he couldn't really get his groove going compared to how he did against Julian. I don't know. I'm not really sure why. I guess you could just chalk it up to it being an off game, really. But overall, it was mostly lopsided, going to Friga's way. So there's not really much I could talk about. However, I do want to talk about this week's matchup, which is Cash Nasty and Bree versus Pika and Marcellus Howard. So let's talk about it. So my predictions for this game are Cash and Bree taking the dub, but it's not gonna be as lopsided as I feel like people are making it out to be. Reason being is because I've watched Marcellus for so long. Again, it's gonna sound like I'm dick riding, but because I've watched Marcellus for so long, I know he's better than that. And I feel like that game, I don't want to make excuses for the man, but I do feel like it was an off game. And you know, people have lives outside of basketball, and it seems like he was dealing with some outside factors. And he even said it on a video. He didn't make excuses about it. He just chalked it up, and he's going to do better next time. I do feel like skill-wise, he is much better than Cash. I feel like he's gonna have to use his speed with Cash, and he's not gonna outmuscle him. To be honest, he's not gonna do that. However, I do feel like Marcellus's shot-making abilities can come into play. He really has a nice dribble pull-up, going left and right. He can finish left or right. He just got to use his speed, really, to be honest, really what it is. However, I'm giving the edge to Cash and Bree, really just because of Bree. I feel like Bree is the much bigger body than Pika. I don't think Pika could keep up with Bree, to be honest. Her mid-range is really deadly. If she just attacks the basket, really, there's not going to be much she can really do about it. But I feel like the key on both sides, ball screens. Everyone's doing it. Fuck it. Might as well do it as well. Cash can set a hell of a screen, and that could either make or break the play. And I feel like that's going to come into play as we watch these games, which is also why I feel like Marcellus and Pika aren't really out of it for real. Because if you watch their first game, it was really ISO ball. They didn't really use a screen. It was really just ISO ball. One on one side of the wing, the other on the other side. Drive, kick is really what it was. I feel like if they implement more screens, maybe they can squeeze a win out of there. I can believe that. So yeah, the game's on Sunday, but hey, that's just me. My opinion doesn't matter, so that's why I'm putting it out on the internet. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know who you think is winning, and I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out. Peace and love.
She said, tell me how you feeling. I feel like a fake nigga who niggas perceive as the realest. I don't wanna hate niggas, repressing that I hate the feeling. They get his away and sign them like, oh, you don't know who you dealing with. My jealousy ate away, ambition till it let me feel. I wanted to stay away, it can't disappear. I used to embrace the phrase, I don't see no ceilings here.